Hello everyone. Today we will be reviewing Predator at Six Flags Darien Lake. Predator is one of the few wooden roller coasters built by the DINN Corporation. This is an enjoyable ride if you sit in the right seats. Always make sure you sit in the front of a car or the first row of a car to get the smoothest experience, because otherwise you will be screaming in agony. Something to note is that there are two sections of the ride that now have GCI Titan track. Predator begins with a pre-lift that's somehow super bumpy. That got me scared at first, thinking the rest of the ride would be like that, but it wasn't. As long as you're not on a wheel seat, you'll be fine for most of the ride. You will travel up the 95-foot tall lift hill, and the speed going up the lift is actually pretty quick for wooden coaster standards. Upon crossing the lift hill, you will turn to the left before going down the first drop, hitting your top speed of 50 miles per hour. Towards the back of the train, you will get a faint pop of airtime going down the drop. Just note that any section of the ride that's at a high speed is agony in a wheel seat. That's the last I'll mention of it. Enough about that roughness. Anyway, you will travel into the ride's first camelback. In the front row, you will get a strong pop of airtime ascending into the hill, while back row riders will get some okay airtime on the descent. You will then rise into the first turnaround, getting some strong airtime and laterals in the front. This is one of the sections of the ride that has Titan track, and it is glass smooth. Laterals are only present in this turnaround during the ascent and descent as you have more speed. The drop off the turnaround gives a good pop of airtime in the back, as well as some good laterals. The next camelback offers some good airtime up front, and mild airtime in the back. You will then rise up a half bunny hill that leads into a downward turn. Up front, you'll get some decent airtime here. The downward turn also has some good laterals, particularly the further back you sit. This is also a section of the ride that has Titan track, and it is also glass smooth. You will easily notice the difference of the Titan track and regular wooden track. After the downward turn, you will go through a small section of straight track before going into two more camelbacks. The first one gives some good airtime up front, and a tiny pop of airtime in the back. The next camelback will only give airtime up front. You will then go into an elongated turn, which doesn't provide much force. You will then get some mild airtime up front on this step up, and that's it for forces on the ride. You're traveling pretty slow at this point, so the rest of the ride is pretty forceless as you coast over a few hills and turn into the brakes. Overall, Predator is an okay wooden coaster. It has a great first half, but those wheel seats are brutal, and the second half is mostly a dud, but I'm willing to give it a 6 out of 10. And those are my thoughts on Predator at Six Flags Darien Lake. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.